Hi everybody, this is Alex from Rejuvenated and I am so excited today because we are here with Natalie, who has got Lucy May Lingerie in Sheffield, and she's going to tell us some amazing things about why it's so important to wear the right bra. Okay, so as part of our Pink October and in support of the Pink Ribbon Foundation, Natalie is very kindly supporting us and helping us to provide this information to all our followers, and we're very excited to do that. But Natalie, just while we're together, could you tell us why you're actually in this business? What got you here?
To be honest, I was fascinated by design from a very young age, always sketching. I had a sketchbook with me from being a little girl, and I actually become fascinated by women's bodies. I was life drawing from a young age, and obviously following art, etc. And went through college. I studied fine art, wanted to be a painter, loved Edgar Degas, and just generally loved women's form.
Wow.
It then developed from there through, I did a combined business degree, fashion degree, and I got seconded out to Amsterdam and worked with a company that worked with larger size women's wear.
Right.
And that was my initial introduction to working with different body shapes. So I'd been trained in designing for catwalk, slender ladies, working with really small mannequins, etc. But I had a fascination with curves.
Right.
And through that, I was in a trend agency on an initial placement in Amsterdam, and then a company approached me through the university to see if I could do the degree and then also work with them on larger size ladies wear. So I initially started out in all clothing, but then it very quickly became apparent to me that it's what you then wear beneath the clothing that can set your foundations. So that's when I become fascinated in undergarments initially, from contour, basically garments that worked with your shape, and then posture related design.
You can really see your passion for what you do. It's lovely to see. So we're going to be coming back in a second, but we're raising money for the Pink Ribbon Foundation as part of this campaign. There's 50% of the youth plan books going to the Pink Ribbon Foundation, and also our lovely pink bags over here. 10% of all the sales of those are going to the Pink Ribbon Foundation as well. And we're going to get cracking now, and we're going to show you a little bit about what Natalie does. So Natalie, can you just tell me, why did you call yourself Lucy May Lingerie?
Lucy May Lingerie is in honour of my late Nanan. Her name was Lucy May, and she basically was my true inspiration.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I did wonder just now when I was just looking at your sign, so lovely. And it's great to see that you are supporting lots of other local businesses as well.
Yeah.
In Sheffield, you've got PJ Taste doing your chocolates, I noticed.
Yes, yeah,
lovely.
Fantastic company. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, so Natalie, could you just talk us through how a consultation would normally go for somebody coming to see you?
I mean, ladies basically come to see me. Initially, for some ladies, just that they love lingerie.
Yeah.
I also get ladies come to see me that are suffering with or had breast cancer, and they desperately need to wear bras that are comfortable and maybe help with realignment, etc. And then I generally just have ladies that come in that have heard that I do fitting consultations, and they just want a proper fitting consultation.
Yeah.
Where I go into not only working with them on structured underwired lingerie, but also the non-wired lingerie that we do, and basically educating them on their posture and how to put themselves in their undergarments correctly, even down to knickers, briefs.
Even down to knickers?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would that involve?
Well, in terms of the lingerie, the bras, for example, I have a process. I talk the women through the full fit. I don't use tape measures because I've got 19 sizes in one particular range, which is on my structured line, and then on the non-structured line, which is underwired, I work from extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large. And I basically taught the ladies through what the do's and the don'ts. They put themselves in the bra initially because I won't always be there with them, but then from that point I talk them through what is the right fitting bra and how they should feel, how they should look, from literally the back wing and the room in the wing that we need bringing round and showing exactly how a wire should fit. I talk about wire gauge and how a wire should work around the breast, how a wire should not be sat on the breast but just beneath, and I talk them through all that, and how a bra should sit here at the centre front, and then I literally explain the flow of the breast line, and then I basically tell the ladies about the positioning of the nipple, because we fall east and west in theory.
No, yeah.
And what I do is I explain to ladies that we need to position the breast in the cup where the nipple points are facing forwards, which then can often alleviate a lot of bulk that we get here.
Right.
And then basically I work on then actually getting the bra fitted correctly on the strapping, getting the right height, working on then posture. And it's then an overall package, and the ladies, because I taught them through the process, they actually see the difference.
Yes.
And I have ladies that walk in and say, please don't put me in front of a mirror. But when they realise something's happening, I'm doing something by fitting them, and I'm explaining, they want to see what I'm doing. So very, very quickly, ladies want to be in front of a mirror, and I always work on one side first. So they've put a bra on that often looks dreadful in the fact that they've just put this bra on, they haven't put themselves in it correctly. So when I work on one side, they see initially how they put that bra on.
Okay.
And then I work on the other side and show them when obviously everything's correct and it's the right fitting one, and then working at this exactly in position. And they then see I then bring the other one in line with this, and they see the improvement. Then they like to look at themselves, and I talk about posture, how the bra should look from the side, from the front. And generally these women are just, they're ecstatic in the fact that lingerie can make them look actually very different when it works with, the head down to their chin, to their shoulders, to their waist, with the right posture and the correct fitting bra. They can look totally different than when they first walk through the door. That for me is what I work for, is the feel-good factor in women. Because if you get your foundations right, then everything you then put on, your clothing, etc., your confidence is there, you look better in your clothing. And generally, women give me fantastic feedback, and they just become more confident. So for me, these one-to-ones have become a massive part of what I do, and it's not just about selling. It's not about a shop with lingerie. It's about me working with women, and hence I love what I do.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, so we have now got Steph fitted into a very beautiful bra. So talk us through this, Natalie.
Yeah, so what I've done initially is fitted Steph in Maybella, which is my underwired demi-moulded plunge that we've had manufactured or designed it ourselves. So it's our mould, it's all registered. If I just firstly turn Steph around, it was really important to get Steph fitted correctly on her back, so that we've got enough room here, but that I can very easily bring my hands round to the front. So there is room in the wing, she can literally breathe, but it still fits nice and smooth. And because of that, we've got a lovely smooth line, we've got no over bulging, and that is because the wing is fitting her, but it's still giving her that control. And then if we bring Steph round to the front here, as you can see, it's very important that as I brought my hands round to the front, that the wires were beneath the breast. So we've now got safety there, and we're following on the gauge. It was very important then that we got the centre front, which is here, touching this point here and here, so everything is in line. So actually the gauge is running with the breast line here. We've just put fullness in these moulds here, so that when we actually turn you to the side here, that we get a very smooth line here. So we've brought some fullness back to the top. And then if we come back to the front, what we've got here now is we've brought alignment back into the breast. So we've manoeuvred the breast, shaped the breast into the cup, and we've got a much nicer forward-facing look.
Such a big difference. How does that feel for you, Steph?
Oh, absolutely incredible. The difference in how my breasts feel. I don't feel like I'm wearing a bra majority of the time, and it's just nice knowing that I've not got to adjust my bra all the time, adjust my top, and just generally incredible. So much more confidence.
Do you feel like you're standing differently?
I do, yeah.
Because you look like you are. You look like you're standing sort of like your posture's changed slightly.
Because everything's just kind of like, as Natalie said, lined.
Yeah.
So obviously, you know, I'm kind of not kind of, you know, hunched over, I suppose. Everything's not squashed. And obviously, because there's no pain and no discomfort, you know, I can kind of, you know, kind of
it looks lovely.
Shoulders back and feel more confident.
You've just actually mentioned a major point. Because obviously, I do a lot of posture work, but I find that ladies we just tend to naturally stand like this, you know, just for work, you know, computers, etc. And by bringing the shoulders back, and a simple technique of just literally squeezing the bottom in and tilting the pelvis up, we can release the shoulders backwards without putting pressure on our back. But just by bringing that into position, we not only are working our core muscles, which makes our stomach stronger, but we are actually lifting our breasts by at least this much. So from this position to this position, we've got a much better forward-facing height to our breast, which from the front, we then look more elongated from our chin down to this point here, from this point here to our shoulder point, running down into our waist. We just elongate because our posture's come back into line. And I tell the women to do this every day, a bit like the pelvic floor exercise. Just keep bringing your shoulders back. It also obviously helps with your back, and just keeps all your bone structure a little bit more straight, so that we're not doing this literally sort of going forward as we do as we get older anyway, but then we just keep our breasts looking more facing upwards than coming down, and that's really important. But that's something I go into in quite in a lot of depth in the consultation, and it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, ladies, and Steph, thank you so much for putting those lovely bras on for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, ladies, thank you once again. It's been so invaluable what we've gone through today. So thank you, Natalie, and thank you, Steph. And the important message for today is...
Thank you for supporting the Pink Ribbon Foundation.
And don't forget to check your breasts.
Thank you.